Hello Isabel, I'm doing alright, thanks. Whew. So we're back with another just stream where I'm just chatting. Hello Sean. Man, I wish this had a CPU thing, so I could, you know, so I don't have to always play, you know. Oh well, what can you do about it?
I am Frieza. Select your fighter.
I seek that.
Select the stage. Space. Time to begin the match.
So how is everybody?
It's all or nothing. Go!
I'm not. This power. I've had enough.
Frieza! Don't order me around!
This is trust. The power of Universe 7.
Man, you're tough, Jiren. See you around.
Very well. But I will win next time we meet, Goku.
Goku! Win!
I haven't had a thrill like that in a long time.
I remember when Becky and Julia were gone, everyone said they were going to come back as heels. They got it right. About Julia, she turned the night she came back. Even I said that, man. Even I said that. I said Julia should come back as a heel, and I said the same thing about Becky.
Goku, let's do this.
Select your fighter!
I said both of them should come back.
Can stop me!
I said the same. I said the same thing.
Select the stage!
That both of them will probably. Well, I said probably. I said probably they'll come back as heels, and I was just proven right. It just shows you how typical, how predictable a booker can be. Like, if you can predict what a booker is gonna do before they come back, it just shows you it's not. It just shows you that we're just as smart as the bookers, you know.
Space!
And now Aleister Black is a heel now. Like, he's only been back for like how long? 2-3 weeks?
The battle's about to
And
start.
Triple H is already like, turn him heel. We'll make him a heel. And yet Vince McMahon was the only one that made Aleister a heel. And people were like, Triple H would never make him a heel. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's just become... Like, everyone is just turning. Triple H will just turn everyone. No, Jiren, it's the power of love.
There it is! I've been waiting for the blue!
Ah, she's not telling him to cry to his mama this time. Maybe she's finally learned. Ah, crap!
yet! Kiss your ass goodbye!
Kiss your ass goodbye.
Guess that's the best I can do right now.
Goku! Win!
Huh? You're finished already? I was just getting started.
Select your fighter!
I think it just really tells you how predictable WWE's booking can be if people like me and mostly other people can just flat out predict what WWE is gonna do. I think WWE really need to start trying to surprise us. And here's the thing. People will praise literally anything and everything Triple H is going to do, right?
I'm
like,
gonna beat you down.
people are just going to praise literally anything this man will do. Personally, I thought that CM Punk rap segment I'm seeing people saying Alistair didn't turn. Well, I think he did. Attacking R-Truth, who is someone the fans like, is definitely gonna make people dislike you. Attacking R-Truth, who is someone that the fans like, is definitely gonna make him a heel.
This should be a great fight!
But yeah, like, people are just gonna praise literally anything Triple H does. Like, everyone is talking about how good the CM Punk segment was, where he rapped like John Cena. Like I said, like, people will just like... And of course, and if anyone complains about it, they are just AEW diehards, or they're just AEW fans complaining about how good it is, or whatever. I'm like, no, I genuinely just did not like it. Oh wow, I freaking lost. Wow, I freaking lost. Great job.
Looks like I'm in a whole different league than you.
I guess this is what happens when I spend time... I guess this is what I get for talking shit about CM Punk's promo.
Keep at it!
Can't do any better. Don't underestimate me. Don't get away. We Damn it!
Hello there!
This will change everything. Both my fate and
I laughed at someone who said that the Queen and King of the Rings have been unpredictable. If you think Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton being in the finals is unpredictable, then there's certainly something wrong with you. They said everyone is saying Cody Rhodes will win, but what if WWE is making us think that? Are people really want to... Like, here's the thing.
Now, stop begging for your life.
Cody is going to win. Why would you have Cody pin John Cena at Money in the Bank just for him to lose the King of the Ring tournament? You know? Like, oh, he's gonna fall short at King of the Ring. Like, he's gonna... This is why I didn't like Cody Rhodes even being in the King of the Ring tournament. Like Cody shouldn't even been in it. He pinned John Cena at Money in the Bank. Pinning the guy should have automatically granted him a title shot. How... Like, we've known for years that if you pin a champion, you're going to be guaranteed a title shot. Julia pinned Zelina in her Money in the Bank qualifier. And because she did that, it guaranteed her a title shot. We've known for years if you pin the champion, you're guaranteed a title shot. Why have Cody pin Cena, but then make him go through the King of the Ring to get a title shot? It just doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. To be honest, the King of the Ring winner should have been someone who will go on to fight Gunther. Like, seriously, like, to me it makes no sense to have Cody pin Cena at Money in the Bank to guarantee him a title shot, but then it's like, nah, man, you actually gotta earn your title shot by winning the King of the Ring. Then you shouldn't have had him pin Cena at Money in the Bank. Should have had him pin Logan Paul instead. But no, they should have had him pin Logan Paul instead if they wanted Cody Rhodes to earn his opportunity. This is what I'm saying. WWE just make no sense, but yet everyone just loves what Triple H does because it's Papa H. Triple H, greatest booker of all time, and all this other bullshit. He's not that great of a booker. People just say he is because a certain old man, a certain senile old man with the letters V, with the letter V in his name ain't around anymore.
Gogeta!
I'm Gogeta. I'm what happens when Goku...
Select your fighter! Rolling! Select the stage!
They said the same about Jade. They're making us think she will win. Well, she is gonna win. Well, she is gonna win. Triple H is gonna tease Asuka versus Io, and then he's gonna tease Asuka versus Io, but then he's gonna be all like, we'll do Jade and Tiffany instead of Asuka Io. Asuka Io is a better match. Is a way better match. Asuka versus Io is way better of a match than Jade and Tiffany.
I'm as strong as Goku and Vegeta combined, and then some.
They're just typical WWE fans that'll defend literally anything and everything.
It's all or nothing! Fight it out!
Too slow! Try this! See where this is going? Choke on this! Get out of here!
Choke on this!
Too slow! Let it down! Try this! Choke on this! Try this!
I love you too, Isabel. Oh, man. Oh, bully, calm yourself.
Let it down! Get out of here!
Oh, wow. Jeez. The person predicted Charlotte and Jade to win, which is why he's saying it's unpredictable. If you thought anyone... okay, well, I predicted Charlotte was gonna win, and I was wrong. But I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, the tournament's unpredictable because the person that I said was going to win didn't win. You know? I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say, oh, because the person that I said didn't win, that now makes it predictable. That makes it unpredictable. Yes, I said Charlotte was gonna win, and I was wrong. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna say, oh, the women's one is now unpredictable because the person I predicted didn't win. It's like what I said it's like what I said, if you look at the King of the Ring bracket and if you think anyone but Cody's gonna win, then you're an idiot.
Send Broly. Send Broly back to the planet he grew up on!
Dramatic finish! Gogeta! Win!
I'll slow things down for you next time, so you can at least try to keep up.
Select your fighter!
But I think a lot of people knew Jade, but also a lot of people knew Jade was gonna make it gonna make it far.
Select your fighter!
The Zero Mortal plan starts today. It will be completed when all remaining life has been extinguished.
Select the stage! Select the music!
And you're not going to succeed in your mission because you are an irritating prick.
City!
I'm a god who's an irritating prick
The outcome of this fight is
and never
anybody's guess.
shuts up about justice. All right.
Reach me then, God! You've rambled on long enough!
Once again, mortals imitate the gods, as they always do. And why is that? Because the gods are great? Because the gods are too beautiful.
Because gods allow mortals to do that. That's why. Irritating moron.
I will not hear your...
Zamasu's just one of those bad guys you just want to see get his face punched in.
You dare mock me? I'm not gonna hold anything back!
Urgh!
Can't be. A god losing to a mortal. This cannot happen. I am a god. I am justice given form. I am the world. The most noble, splendid, immortal, and supremely powerful god.
Gotcha!
Damn mortals! It's over! Final Kamehameha!
Dramatic finish!
Come on, get serious already!
Vegito! Win!
Sorry, but you were wide open.
Sorry, but you were wide open. I didn't know Clefairy is male. I just found one. It wasn't red. I think Clefairy has a really small chance to be a male. But usually they are female.
Beerus!
Before creation.
Select your fighter! Goku!
Alright!
Select the stage! Select the music!
Like what? I think the percentage chance of Clefairy to be a male is a 10%. Because I think it said that Clefairy is an 85% chance to be female and like 5% to be male.
Time to begin the match.
Because there's actually a percentage rate on how often a Pokemon will be male or female.
Now then. Well then, whenever you're ready.
This'll be a good match.
It's all or nothing. Fight it out.
Here we go! I'll come to you!
Some Pokemon will always be male and some Pokemon will always be female.
Here we go!
Counter.
Here we go! Not done yet! Over here! Here we go! There! Over here! Show me! Not bad. I come to you! Very impressive. I might even say you're a rare genius. What a fascinating fellow.
Beerus! Win!
I'll admit you're a bit better than I thought.
You're a bit better than I thought. I didn't get the finals match I wanted, but I'm not gonna say it's unpredictable.
Choose your fighter.
Exactly. Like, the moment I saw the King of the Ring bracket, I immediately knew it was gonna be Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. If you thought it was not gonna be Cody and Randy Orton in the finals, then you're just a fool. I'm sorry. If you didn't think those two were gonna be in the finals, then you're just a fool. You're just a fool, and I'm not trying to be insulting, but you are. I understand you would want to be. I would understand you would want to predict and be all like, oh, I would like to see this guy win or that guy win. I understand you would want to pick someone else to be all like, oh, I'd be okay with this person winning. But the reality is, we all would know Randy and Cody were going to be the finals. That's the reality. I wish after the whole Dragon Ball Z Kakarot thing with the DLC, I kind of wish they did Vegeta and Frieza's ending from their fight in this game. Like, you have like Goku and Vegeta as like the two, like imagine it's like the same thing with Goku and Frieza against Jiren. Like, you have Vegeta blue and then Goku blue. Right? And then you go up against Frieza. And then you win with Vegeta. Then obviously you gotta win with Vegeta. And then Vegeta is ready to end Frieza. And then Frieza does the whole "you all can go to hell without me," and then Goku jumps in. And then Goku jumps in and quickly blows up Frieza to stop him from blowing up the Earth. I think that would be like a good dramatic finish. That person thought Jay and Sammy would be the finals. It was never going to be Jay or Sammy. It was never going to be Jay and Sammy.
Goku!
Let's go!
Select your pin move! Select the stage! Select the music!
Oh, I guess Kid Buu doesn't have a... I guess he doesn't have a song. I guess not every character has their own specific theme. But if that person did get what he wanted, he would have said, "Oh, this tournament is so predictable, man." If he got what he wanted, he would have said if he got the matches that he predicted, he would have called the tournament predictable, because he'd be like, "Oh, I knew it was gonna be Jay, Sammy, Charlotte, Rhea. This Triple H is so predictable."
Over here! All you got? I'm not done yet! Now! Everyone! I need you all to lend me your energy! I know what you take this! You're really good. See ya! I hope you're reborn as someone good this time.
Goku! Win!
All right! I'm gonna train harder and get stronger.
All I said about the Queen of the Ring tournament is, I was like, oh, it's going to be Charlotte Jade in the finals. And the only reason why I said it was going to be Charlotte and Jade in the finals was because of those reports going around saying that WWE wanted to do Charlotte and Jade at some point. And then those reports came out around about the time they started the Queen of the Ring tournament. And that's when I was like, oh yeah, it's probably going to be Charlotte Jade in the finals then. Since WWE wants to do Charlotte versus Jade at some point, they'll probably just have those two, you know, go all the way into the finals. They'll probably just do it then. You know? Well, let's not forget, these reports were also the same ones that basically reported that Finn Balor was going to have a great 2025. He was going to have... 2025 was going to be the year of the Finn. 2025 was going to be the year that Finn Balor was going to receive a massive push. And then what's this massive push that Finn Balor has received? Nothing. His massive push is to be a sidekick for Dirty Dom. That's his massive push. And he's been losing over and 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 over again. Seriously. What's this massive push for Finn Balor that's supposed to be coming? Be patient, Pat. The year isn't over yet. The year isn't over yet, Pat. Finn could become champion in July or August, man. He could get it in July or August. You just don't know when. He's gonna get it eventually in the year 2025. It's gonna happen. You're just not being patient, man. I hear that all the damn time with wrestling fans. Just be patient. It's gonna come eventually. I hear that all the damn time from people, to just be patient. Why should I be patient? If I'm told something is going to happen, it should happen. You don't do it, like, later in the year. I don't think Finn will be pushed unless he leaves Judgment Day or turns face. But here's the thing, for those to say that Finn Balor wasn't pushed in the Judgment Day are full of shit, because he was tag team champion with Damian Priest twice and with JD McDonough. So for people to say Finn Balor doesn't get a push is also stupid, because he's like what, a 3-time tag team champion by now? He's like a 3-time tag team champion. I mean, yeah, I know what people mean by push. They want him to be World Heavyweight Champion. And I truly do believe Finn really should have beaten Damian Priest instead of friggin' Gunther. Well, also there's a saying, good things come for those who wait. Oh yeah, Triple H said that about LA Knight. Triple H said that about LA Knight, and look what happened. 3 straight Money in the Banks. Yeah, 3 straight Money in the Banks, and he lost all 3. Yeah, bullshit. I think all that is just a load of bull. To be honest,
to come back from 20 years.
Select your fighter.
I think all that is just a load of bull, if you ask me. Zelina Vega waited so long for her opportunity. Zelina Vega waited so long for her opportunity, and only for it to get ripped away from her. Was stuck in the Chelsea Green Vortex for 62 freaking days as the US champion.
You know it'll only take a second for me to destroy you.
With only 1 title defense. Yeah, she sure waited patiently for that crappy booking that she got as champion. And good night, Frieza.
Goku isn't the only Super Saiyan. There's another one right here.
Trunks! Win!
I can't rely on others forever. I have to win my own battles.
Exactly, Trunks. Can't keep running back to the past to ask Goku and ask your father for help.
Listen, well,
Select the stage! Select the music! West City! It's time to face your opponent!
And of course, people want Karrion Kross to get pushed just because of his good soldier promo. Like, give me a break.
Are you ready?
He has one good promo, and then all of a sudden, yeah, I believe in Karrion Kross. They should push the guy. Give me a break.
your confession. This is the end.
See you!
I never knew cutting one promo is enough to convince people that they should be pushed.
I am immortal!
It's time! Samus is finished! We won't lose to someone who believes in nothing but himself!
Impossible! This cannot be!
Dramatic finish!
Thank you, everyone.
Trunks! Win!
Enemies can grow stronger too. I can never relent in my training.
I guess it's understandable they can't do Trunks' Heat Dome ending with Cell because because Cell's in his perfect form in this game.
I don't want to fight. I don't want to kill. No matter how evil you are. Select your fighter.
Perhaps you will be able to
assist me in my warm-up.
Select the stage. Select the music.
I waste my breath sometimes when it comes to ranting about stuff, because it's not like it's ever going to be listened to.
Get ready for a Dragon Ball Rumble. Are you ready? Fight it out! Someone! There you are!
You will suffer!
There you are! Over here! Saw that one! There you are!
You will suffer! How dare you! How dare you! Show him, Gohan! Let him see our combined power! You're finished! This can't be happening!
Dramatic finish! I did it! Dad! Gohan! Win! Thanks for the match. I'll work harder. Select your fighter.
I have more thoughts on what Rita said than just that. I'm more annoyed at some of the thing. I am more surprised. Well, not surprised. I'm more into the impression that Rhea basically said that she was never supposed to win the NXT Women's Championship from Shayna Baszler. Like it was just going to be a one and done feud. She'd fight Shayna, she'd lose, and then that'd be the end of it. And when I heard her say that, a part of me was like, you know, I am not surprised that she was supposed to lose. Like, I am not surprised she was supposed to lose, considering how much Triple H friggin' loved Shayna Baszler in NXT. And then she said one of the writers convinced Triple H to change it to her winning. And it's more surprising that Triple H actually agreed to change the ending to Shayna losing. I was more surprised that Triple H was even okay with it. He was even like, yeah, sure, we'll change the ending. I thought he'd be like, no, I'm keeping my girl Shayna as champion. I'm keeping my girl Shayna as champion. I'm gonna have her break Asuka's record. I'm pretty sure that was his intention. I'm pretty sure that was gonna be his intention when Shayna was champion. He'd have her surpass Asuka as the greatest champion of all time and longest reigning champion. But yeah, was not surprised when Rhea said that. You would think I would have been surprised, but I'm actually not. I'm actually not that surprised that Triple H originally wanted her to lose. And then a writer convinced Triple H to change it. And I'm more pissed off at the story she mentioned where some stalker fan was in front of her door and all that shit, and I'm just like, this shit is just disgusting and wrong. Friggin' disgusting fans, like, who the hell looks up the address of where someone lives? Like, seriously, like, Rhea was annoyed that someone found her address. Like, she may be a badass on TV. And then you get these creepy ass people like Rhea has flat out said, like, she may be a badass on TV, but in real life she's a completely different person to who she is on TV. She basically said, like, she may be a badass on TV, but the way she is in real life is completely different to how she is on TV. So you may think that she would have been brave to confront this person because she's a badass on TV, but no, that's just her character. It's just her television character that she's a badass. In real life, she was horrified. She was horrified of what this person could have done to her. It's just flat out disgusting that wrestling fans would do this kind of shit, man. And then Rhea also mentioned about how she had ring rust heading into her match against Becky at WrestleMania 40 because of how little Triple H had her wrestle. And it just makes me go, Jesus, like, if she felt like she had ring rust just because she doesn't wrestle consistently, because she's not consistently wrestling on weekly television, then Triple H needs to change that. Triple H needs to change that. He needs to start having her wrestle more. People think like, oh, the wrestlers don't lose ring rust if they don't wrestle every week. Well, Rhea just basically confirmed that, yeah, she had ring rust. She was nervous heading into WrestleMania 40 because of how little she wrestled. And a part of me is just like, Triple H needs to change that. Like, Triple H needs to change that. He really does. He needs to change that. Like, he needs to stop. He needs to start having these people wrestle more. Like, if the less and less they wrestle, they'll start getting rusty in the ring, and then they'll start making mistakes. Like they will botch or make a mistake. They'll slip up and make a botch or do something horrible or do something. I can see people saying, how could she have ring rust when there are live events? Well, I remember hearing that they're cutting down on live events. I've heard the stories that they're cutting down on live events. Like, they don't do them all the time. Like, they don't, like, under Vince, there'd be live events all week. There'd be live events all week. Like you'd be wrestling on the road all the time, like every day. Like, if you're not if you were like not on Raw or SmackDown, if you were like not wrestling on Raw, right? If you were like not wrestling on Raw, you'd be on live events. Like, even after you finish wrestling on Raw, you'd be on live events after that. Under Vince, every single day was a live event outside of Raw and SmackDown. And PLEs, whenever the PLE was on. But under Triple H, they're cutting those down. They've been cutting down live events. Triple H is doing less live events. There are tapings next week, SmackDown, so the talent can have 4th of July off. Vince wouldn't do that. Well, that's because Vince is different. Vince is different. He didn't like giving his wrestlers days off. That's the thing with him. He didn't like giving his talent days off. To him, if you're wrestling, you're wrestling. If you're wrestling, you're wrestling. You gotta wrestle. Yes, it is nice to give the talent time off every now and then. Yes, it is. Yes, it is nice to give the wrestlers, you know, breaks every now and then. But that's the thing. So for the people that would say, how can Rhea be rusty when there's live events? It's because they're cutting down on them. It's because they're cutting down on them. They're not doing them all the time. They're not doing them every single day. Like, they might have like a live event maybe once or twice a month. And yes, I did see what you said about Io, man. I literally just spoke about it, about how like she could slip up and make mistakes. That's what happens when you have ring rust. You could slip up and make a mistake.
You have a special technique, do you not? Try it on me.
Select your fighter.
Very well. Give me your best shot.
Select stage. Select the music. Select the music. Cover. Time to begin the match.
But of course, there are idiots on Twitter getting upset at Rhea Ripley for when she said that people shouldn't be looking up wrestlers' addresses and that shit with Roxanne and all that shit with Roxanne. And people are like, well, don't become a wrestler, become a celebrity then.
I will fight.
And then we won't do it. Oh, piss off.
Now then. Well then, whenever you're ready.
Like, piss off. No, you should be respecting their privacy. No, you should be respecting their privacy. It has nothing to do with them being celebrities. It has nothing to do with them being popular celebrities. Like, I literally saw people being all like, oh, if you don't like it, then don't become a celebrity then. And I'm just like, these people feel uncomfortable.
Show me more.
You clearly don't care about their privacy.
Like fighting anymore.
I don't feel like fighting anymore.
Pathetic. You don't deserve the title God of Destruction.
Cheering with the
What a
burn!
disappointment. I expected more from you.
Jeering with a burn to Lord Beerus. Jeez.
Select your fighter.
Vicious.
I'm gonna hit you with everything I got!
Select your fighter. Hit.
Time to go to work.
Select
Time to go to work.
Select the music. Galactic Arena.
I wish they added the Tournament of Power Arena.
It's time to face your opponent.
But that's only in bloody Xenoverse.
Kale! Plus cauliflower! Miss Tupper! Time to throw down, hit!
Surrender. You have no chance of beating me.
Get ready.
No acknowledgement.
How about this?
That's hit, Roya. Oi!
Here it comes.
Ready!
Over here. Pointless. Transparent. Give me your best. Give me your best. Give me your best.
Let's do this! I'm going full tilt! Like this!
Impossible!
Well, guess this means we're Universe 6's strongest warriors. With Caulifla on my team, I can't lose.
Kefla! Win!
I wanted to fight some more. But a match is a match, I guess. Gotta do.
About Rhea saying a writer changed Triple H's mind reminds me when a writer convinced Vince to have Bianca win the Rumble over Charlotte, being a back-to-back winner. Charlotte was gonna win the Rumble because Triple H, I think he wanted, like, I think, because I remember why. It's because he wanted to do Lacey Evans and Charlotte at WrestleMania. Like, how is that a WrestleMania program? Like if you think about it, like, I know, like, Lacey was supposed to win the title. Like, that's the thing. Asuka was gonna lose her title to Lacey Evans. Like, Asuka was the champion then. I know people complain about Asuka losing matches to people, but here's the thing. Nothing is worse than losing to Lacey Evans. Nothing is worse than losing to Lacey Evans. Like, Asuka was gonna freaking lose to Lacey Evans of all people. People can complain about Alexa beating Asuka back in 2020 during the pandemic. At least that to me is more believable than Lacey Evans beating someone like Asuka. And yeah, you heard me right. I think Alexa beating Asuka is more believable than Lacey Evans. Just think about that. Lacey was gonna beat Asuka with a knockout punch. And then they were gonna do Lacey and Charlotte at WrestleMania for the title. That is what Vince wanted. And yes, thank God it. I'm like, yes, thank God it didn't happen because Lacey got pregnant. Yeah, thank God. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, thank God it didn't happen because of Lacey getting pregnant. But still, like, imagine if she didn't get pregnant. Imagine the horrors we'd have to deal with. Lacey as the champion, Charlotte fighting Lacey for the title at Mania. It would have been one of the most horrendous matches. It probably would have been one of the most horrendous matches in WrestleMania history. So just be grateful that it was Rhea and Asuka at WrestleMania. At least that match was better. Sure, I don't really remember the match much myself. I don't really remember it all that much myself. But at least on paper, Rhea and Asuka fighting each other is actually more of a believable and better match than Charlotte and Lacey. Like, really? And WrestleMania 37 was like the first Mania Charlotte missed. That was like the first Mania Charlotte missed outside of WrestleMania 40. 37 and 40 were the only Manias Charlotte missed. So just understand why Vince wanted Charlotte to win. Because he originally wanted Charlotte and Lacey at Mania. And my God, I'm so glad that didn't happen. I saw something saying Mandy versus Asuka was supposed to happen at WrestleMania with Mandy winning. I think it was supposed to be Mania 34. Yeah, and that got cut. And that only got changed because Vince McMahon wanted to... Yeah, and you wanna know why that got changed? because Vince McMahon couldn't help himself. He had Charlotte beat Asuka for the SmackDown title on an episode of SmackDown, and he included Charlotte in the Becky Ronda feud. That was the only reason that match didn't happen. That was the only reason why that match didn't happen, is because Vince had to include Charlotte in the Becky Ronda feud. And then turn it into a winner-takes-all contest. And then Asuka had to get relegated to the WrestleMania pre-show Battle Royal. Mania 35. Yeah, Mania 34, Charlotte beat Asuka. Yes. Yes, yes. And here's the thing. People might not have liked Charlotte beating Asuka, but I don't think people would have liked Mandy beating Asuka even better. You mean 35. You mean Mandy and Asuka was supposed to happen at Mania 35. It wasn't going to happen at 34. How do you get that wrong twice in a row? Mandy wasn't even on the main roster by 34. At least I don't think she was. And Asuka wasn't even the champion. Charlotte was.
I don't need 30 minutes. I only need one finger to beat you.
Select your fighter.
Shall we get started?
Select the stage. Land of the Kais. The outcome of this fight is anybody's guess.
Fusion! You're in for a real challenge now, Lord Beerus. Now then. Well then, whenever you're ready.
Beerus doesn't even acknowledge it.
See where this is going? Too slow! Interesting. Show me. See where this is going? Try this! Not good enough. You! I felt that one! Impressive. Bye-bye. Not good! Oh, There we go!
Oh, great. Getting stuck in a corner. That's just lovely.
Show me more. Here goes!
Oh, he blocked it.
See where this is going? It's time to end this!
Of course he did.
Were you holding back?
Gogeta! Win!
Wait a second. My fusion's about to run out.
Were you holding back?
Select your fighter!
You mean sell Lacey's woman's right. I mean, of course Vince would have gotten mad at... Of course Vince would have gotten mad at Becky. Vince tried everything in his power to make Lacey Evans a star. No matter who she worked with, from Becky to Mercedes to Charlotte to Bayley, it didn't matter how hard he tried. He gave Lacey Evans wins over, like he had Lacey work with Asuka, Alexa, Naomi, from Sasha to Bayley to Charlotte to Becky. Like, he had her work with so many top names, even Natalya. He had her work with so many top names, and no matter how hard he tried, no matter how many top names he fed to Lacey Evans to try and get her over, it constantly failed every single time. This man never got the picture that this woman sucked, but he did not care. Like, imagine if he did that with Eva Marie. Imagine if he kept trying with Eva Marie no matter how shit she was. Eva Marie is at least somewhat attractive. Yeah, Alexa has a loss to Lacey. Yeah, Alexa has a loss to Lacey. So does Mercedes and Bayley and Charlotte. So do they. They also lost to Lacey. They also lost to Lacey. I know Becky didn't. Asuka was. And I think Naomi even lost to her as well. Funny, the moment Triple H takes over, Lacey leaves. Well, Triple H never saw anything in Lacey. The same thing with Rick Boogs. It was the same thing with Rick Boogs. While that guy was entertaining, he was a Vince guy. He liked working under Vince. The moment Triple H took over, he felt Triple H didn't like him. Corbin was a Vince guy, so of course he was going to be gone. Corbin was a Vince guy, so of course he was going to get canned at some point. Corbin was going to get canned because he was a Vince guy. People who probably preferred working under Vince were all going to leave. Well, I guess if you're not Roman Reigns, of course. Because Roman's like the biggest star they have. And I guess Charlotte as well. Because she was like a Vince girl. But you get my point. Majority of the people that were pushed and got a lot of their pushes under Vince were all going to end up leaving.
Alright, let's do this!
Select your fighter. Piccolo.
Don't underestimate the Earth.
Select stage.
Austin isn't gone yet, and he was a Vince guy. Well, not all of them are gonna leave. Well, not all of them are gonna leave. I'm not saying all of them were gonna leave. I'm just saying majority of the ones that were pushed under him were gonna go.
Wasteland.
I wish Austin was gone, if I'm being completely honest. I kind of wish Austin Theory was gone, if I'm being completely honest. I wouldn't cry any tears if he got released.
How about a round, Piccolo? I'm ready when you are.
It's all or nothing. Fight!
You're not getting away! You're not getting away! You're not getting away! You ready? Take this! Try this on for size. Over here! Bring it on! Take this! Here goes!
Not done yet.
Here goes! Here goes! Here goes! Hey! Here goes!
Not bad.
No escape! There's no escape! Hell's over now!
Go take.
Man, if I don't hurry, I'm gonna be late for the conference.
Win!
This is my full power.
Gohan and his conferences.
Select your fighter!
What conference? Is Pan old enough for school yet? I think it's a work. I think it has to do with work. Because he's a, as you know, he's a scholar. I think it has to do with work. He started having these conferences in Super. He started having these conferences when Super started. When Super started, because Goku and Vegeta wanted him in the Universe 6 tournament thing that they did, and Gohan was gonna go, and then he was like, "Oh, I can't go because I've got a conference." It's like, I've got a conference to go to, so I can't go or whatever. He wanted to get, like, after Frieza's invasion, he wanted to get stronger. After what happened with Frieza, he wanted to get stronger when Frieza invaded. To protect Pan and Videl. And also, by the time Super started, Pan was just a baby, so I don't think he could send her to childcare or anything at such a young age.
I'm 22. Once had a family I deeply cared about.
Select your fighter!
He apparently didn't have conferences to get Beast Mode and beat Cell Max. No, he didn't. No, well, definitely not. No, he didn't.
Select stage!
He was in the movie. He was on his in the movie. He was on his laptop. He was on his laptop because the movie was centered around Piccolo, obviously, because Piccolo was one of the main focuses in the movie, and because he wanted Gohan to help him, Gohan was too busy on his laptop looking up, doing research on bugs and insects. And so Piccolo had to, and so for Piccolo to get Gohan to get off his ass and actually help him out with this whole thing with the Red Ribbon Army, he pretended to be a part of the Red Ribbon Army. He was wearing like a disguise in a Red Ribbon Army clothes, and he had one of the soldiers in the Red Ribbon Army to kidnap Pan and then he showed like a video of Pan getting kidnapped, and then Gohan got up and kicked the guy's ass. And then Gohan got up and he saw the guy holding his daughter, and then Gohan went all out on him and kicked his ass.
West City.
And he's like, "You don't do that to my daughter."
Fierce showdown is about to begin.
It was hilarious. Because Piccolo just wanted him to help him out with this whole Red Ribbon Army stuff. With the Gammas and Cell Max.
Witness the results of my research. You want to fight, Boo?
You look like you look like that Grey Boo, but fatter.
I'm not done with you. Here goes. That was close. Predictable. I don't think so. Got you now. This is what happens when you get in my way. What a conundrum. How many times will we have to go through these tiresome fights?
Boo really hates you. But do you though?
Select your fighter.
Do you, Boo?
Android 21.
Is insatiable.
Select your fighter.
Yeah, I know. You told me through the message, Isabel.
At last. Select stage.
At last.
Select the music. West City. Time to begin the match.
Yeah, I went back to Xenoverse 2 the other day because I hadn't played it in a while, and then and it got a new title. It got like a new title screen, and it fixed the DLC issue I was having.
Don't bother me and don't get in my way.
You're an android.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. An android you don't wanna F with.
Is that all? Well, you passed.
It didn't fix that. No, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you after this. I'll quickly tell you what I mean. Oh bloody hell!
Come here.
It's futile.
I should stop trying to go for the finishes. Every time I do, it costs me.
I imagine you have some connection with Dr. Gero. You should have known better than to challenge me.
You lose.
You've pushed me farther than I thought you would. But don't think for a
Well, you are sort of right, Cell. She does have a connection to Dr. Gero. In a way, you are correct.
You passed! Is that all?
Maximum power.
Pathetic!
Sorry?
Impossible! Damn you!
Oh, that's new! I've never seen that before!
It's your fault for challenging me.
Android 21!
I've never seen that before!
Dare interrupt my valuable snack time.
I've never seen that before! If you win with that move, she just flat out eats him. Well, that's new. That's new. Man, this is why I love playing this all the time. Because I learn more and more and more about this. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Just use the beam when she turns them into food, and when their health is low, and it will count as a finish, and then she'll just eat them. That's hilarious. Anyway, back to what I was saying before. Yeah, I went back to Xenoverse 2 the other day, and it fixed some of the DLC issues I had. No, it was not me, and no, it was not it giving me back Ultra Instinct Goku or Jiren, unfortunately. I still have to pay to get them again. But what I mean by fixing the DLC issue is that whenever I would look at which DLCs are available, it wouldn't show me all of them. It wouldn't show me all the DLCs. It would only show me like about a couple. This new patch, apparently this new patch the game got, fixed the DLC problem where you can view all the DLCs from the title screen. You just press a button on the title screen, and it will just show you all the DLCs that are currently available. That's how I saw there was a DLC for Daima, because they had like a DLC available for Daima where it was Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku. That's how I knew about it. I was like, oh, they fixed it. I was like, oh, they made it so all the DLC can be visible. Which is good, because one of my biggest issues was every time I was searching for a DLC, it would never, like, certain ones I wanted to look for, it would never pop up. So they fixed it by having like a little button that you can press on the title screen, and it will show you all the DLC. It would probably be SS3 Vegeta Mini. Well, the SS4 Goku, Daima, was an adult. The Daima Goku that was Super Saiyan 4 was an adult, so maybe it's Vegeta as an adult, who knows. But yeah, it probably is Vegeta Mini. But yeah, I actually like that they actually fixed the DLC issue that I was having, where I just wanted to view all the DLCs they currently have, and yeah, I'm glad they fixed that, because man, that was so annoying. Because I felt like if I wanted to get like the newer characters, like the Gammas and Beast Gohan and all them, like if I wanted to get some of the newer characters, I want to at least see their DLCs, and I couldn't find those DLCs before. But now Xenoverse 2 has added in the patch where you just press a button on the title screen, and you can just view all the DLCs from the title screen, which is good. I'm glad they fixed that, because it was so irritating just to try and find them all.
Vegeta!
Let the show begin.
Let the show begin.
Select your fighter!
This should kill some time.
Select the stage!
Ha 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 ha! Very funny, Cell.
Islands! Time to begin the match!
They do have Android 21 as a available DLC on Xenoverse 2 as well. But the only characters you get with her DLC is her and Oob. Like, they're the only characters you get. You get her and Oob, but that's about it.
Your so-called perfect form doesn't look like much to me.
I was hoping we'd meet, Vegeta.
It's all or nothing.
Try this! You think a barrier will work?
Is that all?
Damn you! Damn you!
You can't depend on mere calculations to understand the same.
Vegeta! Win!
I am #1!
Select your fighter!
I am #1!
Vegeta!
I'll beat anyone, no matter how strong they are!
Select Frieza! Select stage!
Oh!
Planet Namek!
I always like Frieza's laugh in the Japanese dub. He's like, oh. In Japanese, like, sure, I don't usually like Japanese dub, but that was like one of the only thing about Japanese dub I liked was Frieza's laugh.
I can do this alone!
How does it feel to have realized your dreams and become a Super Saiyan?
It probably wasn't. It probably wasn't pre-Tate. I thought Frieza would be having a panic attack that Vegeta's a Super Saiyan.
It's clear you have a death wish. You were. Bon voyage!
Impossible! Be gone! Hope you're ready!
You'll regret this! Die in the vacuum of space!
Too slow!
Guess I'll give you a friend, you miserable insect!
You can't depend on mere calculations to understand the same.
Vegeta! Win!
I am #1!
Nothing about wanting Frieza dead, huh?
Select your fighter! Goku!
You know, I think I'm finally getting...
Select your fighter!
You've taken my tradition and bastardized it.
Select the music!
Transformation after transformation. You've taken my tradition and bastardized it.
The battle's about to start. Good luck!
Frieza has no room to talk about transforming when he turns golden.
Let's see you try to kill me now, Frieza.
Well now, I may actually have to put forth some effort in this fight.
Get ready!
Let's see you try and kill me now, Frieza.
I will end you! I will end you!
Oh, wow! Oh, that is dirty!
You're not going anywhere.
Can't you do any better?
Oh, wow, Frieza, that was so dirty, bro.
Is this the best your ultra whatever can do? I fail to see why the gods were so impressed.
You lose.
This illustrates a sharp difference in power. Do you find it enlightening?
Wow, Frieza, like, that was so dirty. He just... But then again, he is a villain, so why would that surprise me?
Keep at it. Brute! Can't you do anything? You and this entire planet to dust! Let's go! It can't be! It's not over! Miserable insect!
This here is the power of Ultra Instinct.
Goku! Win!
You don't have what it takes to beat me.
Jeez, I've been losing way more fights than I usually do. Hopefully you can get some PS money so we can see what Cooler and Frieza say to each other. Probably something about why I'm the better brother or whatever. Frieza sounds like a girl when he laughs.
If I were to give it a name that suits your sensibilities,
select your fighter.
Weirdly enough, like Frieza's original voice actor in Z was a woman's voice. Like in Dragon Ball Z, like the original Dragon Ball Z anime, Frieza did have a girl's voice, which was apparently a person named Linda Young. But then in the newer seasons, Dragon Ball Super and Kai, like Dragon Ball Z Kai and Super, they gave Frieza a different voice actor. Like it's actually a guy. Like the person's a guy that does Frieza's voice in Kai and Super.
Should I tell you where you miscalculated?
Select stage. Select the music.
Why did I think Panic sounded like Frieza? Because it was... Oh, which form was it? It might have been Frieza's second form? Yeah, it might have been the voice of Frieza in his second form that sounded very similar to... Like, Panic's voice sounded very similar to Frieza in his second form. Like, if you listen to Frieza speak in his second form in the original Z, and then compare it to Panic, you could kinda tell that they're very similar.
Get ready for battle.
That's why. Because people don't remember, people barely remember that Frieza had other forms other than the final and Golden. Because Frieza never uses those transformations anymore.
well, what do you think of this color? Is it not beautiful?
You're just an appetizer.
Should I tell you where you miscalculated?
Get ready.
You're more than just an appetizer before the main course, Vegeta.
Useless!
Useless!
Useless! This is the end! You're ending! Take a good look at this!
Take a good look at this!
Allow me to show you something. I hope you're ready!
Goodbye.
Vegeta, you were a satisfying appetizer.
Goku Black! Win!
Time to reach even grander heights.
You were a great appetizer. But
Select your fighter!
like in Sonic 2, Tails has a girl's voice, but people say he's a girl, but Tails is a boy. Yeah, I always found that weird. It's the same thing with Ash Ketchum. Like, for those that did not know, that the person that voices Ash Ketchum in Pokemon is a woman. I think her name was Veronica. Yeah, like, people would not know that because Ash is just a kid. I just always find that strange, you know? I always find that strange. Like they have like a person with a different gender do a voice actor of a person with another gender. And I still find it hard to take Kaiba seriously in the world of Pokemon as Brock, and where he's not like committing genocide. Because the voice actor of Brock is the same person that did Kaiba in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm just like, I just can't take, like, because now that I know that they're the same person, and I'm just like, I can't take hearing Kaiba's voice seriously in Pokemon. Like, I can't take it seriously. Like it's like Kaiba, like in Yu-Gi-Oh, he commits genocide. He's like a friggin' nutcase in Yu-Gi-Oh. He's like a complete nutcase in Yu-Gi-Oh, where he tries to bomb everybody after a tournament ends or something like that. I'm just like, I can't take him seriously. I can't take it seriously that in the world of Pokemon, we got a guy who voiced Kaiba, and he's like giving out information about Pokemon, like, and all that shit. Where in Yu-Gi-Oh, he just commits genocide and all that stuff. He runs a company. He runs a company. Tries to kill people and all that stuff. Like, he's just a complete nutty. He's just completely crazy. Oh, and I think I finally remember why. I think I finally remember where I thought I heard Joey's voice in Pokemon, because there was one character named Harrison who sounded very similar to Joey Wheeler. He had that same high little voice like this, man. He had that Joey Wheeler like voice. Because there was a character named Harrison who had a similar voice that sounded like Joey. And I'm just like, what is it with all these characters that I'm recognizing voices? It just sounds weird. You know? And it's a shame. And it's a shame that Harrison guy was never seen again. Like, he was introduced. He was mainly introduced to get Ash to get ready for the Hoenn region because he had a Blaziken. As his Pokemon, as like one of his Pokemon. He was that's what that Harrison guy was mainly there to do, to get Ash ready to go to Hoenn because he saw a Pokemon he's never seen before. Like, the Pokemon anime tend to do that a lot. They tend to introduce characters for certain reasons, and then you just never see them again. They're just there for a certain reason, and then you just never see them again. Because there was a trainer once in Pokemon that had a full team of legendary Pokemon. Yes, that is actually... Dan Green, Yugi's voice actor, was in Pokemon also. He voiced Mewtwo in the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back. And Captain Aiden and Spirit Tube. I completely forgot Yugi was Mewtwo. Well, I guess you could say, the Pharaoh. I guess you could say the Pharaoh, because Kid Yugi wouldn't Kid Yugi doing Mewtwo's voice would be kind of weird. I guess you could say Pharaoh Yugi did Mewtwo. I completely forgot that the adult Pharaoh Yugi did Mewtwo, because they did have similar voices. Now that I think about it, the main protagonist in Yu-Gi-Oh ended up playing a villainous Pokemon that was captured by Giovanni. Well, Mewtwo was portrayed as a villain. He also voiced Entei. Yeah, in one of the movies. Yeah, I remember the Entei. Yeah. He also voiced Entei. Yeah, there was a movie about Entei where like a little girl wanted Entei as his... Because I remember that movie. It was a little girl, like this little... I can't remember her name, but this little girl lost her father. Like her father died. And the last thing she remembers was her father reading a book about saying that he is Entei. Because he was reading a book about Entei and he's like, I am Entei. And then the kid wished that his father was Entei, and then the legendary Pokemon Entei appears, and he is the father to this kid, and all that. It was bizarrely weird. It was bizarrely weird, and all that. It was weird. I think I've only seen that movie once, and I probably didn't know that was Yugi's voice actor. But Mewtwo, I think I've seen those a few times. There's another Mewtwo. Mewtwo does make another appearance in another movie called I've got it over here. I've got it over here in my room. It's called Genesect Legends Awaken, and Mewtwo's in that as well, but for some weird reason Mewtwo's a girl in that movie. Yeah, they had a girl voice act Mewtwo that time. I was excited when I got that. I was like, oh cool, I'm gonna hear the original Mewtwo's voice actor. But then when I heard Mewtwo speak in that movie, Mewtwo sounded like a girl, had a female voice actor. I was like, whoa, why did they change the voice actor for? I was kind of bummed out by it. I was pretty bummed out when I heard Mewtwo was a female. I was like, I didn't know there were two different Mewtwo's. I was like, is this the same Mewtwo that Ash befriended? Or is this a completely different one? So I was confused. That Mewtwo, the female one, could Mega Evolve and all that. Well, that'll wrap up this stream, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And, yeah, I'll see you guys next time.